What's up everyone, I'm Twisted. Arcane Season 2 is almost here and new content is being revealed for various games, including new champions, new skins, new maps and more. In this video I'll be covering everything that was confirmed to be coming out, as well as some of my theories for other content we might see. There's a lot to cover, so let me quickly explain how I will present this. In the corner I will keep a calendar with a day mark so you can easily keep track of when a specific thing will come out. When covering each piece of content, I'll make sure to have the color of the text based on whether or not that thing was confirmed to be releasing and whether or not its release date was confirmed. If it's green, that means that the content was confirmed to be coming out on that specific date. Yellow means that the content was confirmed but its release date wasn't, meaning I'm speculating on when it will come out. And red means it has not been confirmed. It's purely speculation on my part, both the content itself and the release date. In the description you can find all the sources I used for this video. Also keep in mind that depending on where you live, the dates might be a day earlier or later for you. First, let's start with the content that already came out. On the 17th of October, Wild Rift saw the release of patch 5.3, titled Ultimate Arc. This brought Heimerdinger as a playable champion, changes to Warwick and Singed, more X-Tech changes to the Rift, and the first part of a new narrative event titled Firelight's Reignited. The new game mode, Showdown, isn't live yet but should be coming out soon. On the 22nd, we got a PBE preview for patch 14.22, I'll discuss the content coming in this patch when we get to its release date. On the 23rd, we'll be getting a new League of Legends patch, 14.21, nothing Arcane related here. On the 24th, we'll see the second part of the Firelight's Reignited in Wild Rift. On the 26th, we'll see the release of Blood, Sweat and Tears during the World Semifinals. This song is part of the Season 2 soundtrack and this is coming with a teaser as well, focused on Ambessa. On the 31st, we'll see the third part of Firelight's Reignited in Wild Rift. On the 2nd of November is when the League of Legends World Finals takes place. Christian did hint earlier this year at something Arcane related happening during it. I assume this will be the final trailer, since last time the final trailer came out less than a week before the premiere. With this being said, we might also see something Arcane related during this year's opening ceremony. On the 3rd of November, we're likely getting a new TFT dev drop, which will reveal the next set for TFT. The last dev drops both came out on Sundays, 2 weeks before the release of their respective sets. On the 6th of November, we're getting the league patch 14.22. As I said, the PB preview for this patch came out on the 22nd of October. This patch will be Arcane themed, but since it comes out before Act 1, it will be free of spoilers. Since the PBE preview is currently out, we know that in this patch we'll see the new RM map, which also brings new Nemesis quests, as well as Ambessa. Ambessa's voice lines seem to be incomplete, so the missing lines likely spoil the show and will come out later, like how it happened with Gwen. At the time of this recording, this PBE preview did not come with any skins, but on the trailer for the new map we do see Arcane Singed and Brawler Vi, which is a legendary. It's possible that they are waiting for either the semifinals or the finals to announce all the skins, but for now I will assume that these two will come out in this patch alongside a skin for Ambessa, but if this isn't the case, they are likely coming in the patch after this. In Wild Rift, one of Ambessa's emotes features her design from Season 2, and some of the promotional images for Ambessa's release in League also feature this design, so this will likely be a skin for her. What I'm not sure is whether this will be her launch skin or if it will come later alongside other skins. This patch should be when Swain's Prestige comes out, probably not Arcane related, so maybe Ambessa's launch skin will be part of the same thematic. I think this might also be when the new narrative experience for League drops in, similar to Council Archives from 2021. The Archives came out 2 days after the premiere of the first season, so I think this new experience coming out close to the premiere of the new season makes sense. Moving over to TFT, confirmed for 14.22 is the Caitlyn Chibi. She will come alongside the final patch of the Magic and Mayhem set. We don't know her skin yet, so it might be spoiling her League skin. Also on the 6th is when we'll get a new patch for Legends of Runeterra. I believe this patch will bring Ambessa and Warwick to Path of Champions. There's also a new type of experience on the way, confirmed by Tyler Morgan. I believe this will be a new type of adventure themed around Arcane, since that's what they hinted at earlier this year. It will likely have either Ambessa or Warwick as the final boss. On the 7th, Wild Rift will likely be getting patch 5.3a. I believe Ambessa will be coming out in this update, meaning depending on where you live, Ambessa will be joining League, Wild Rift and LOR on the same day. This might be when Arcane skins come out for Wild Rift, but I'm not 100% sure. Wild Rift is still missing out on some Arcane skins from Season 1, including Firelight Echo, which can be seen on the new event. So these skins might come out alongside some from Season 1, like the ones for Vi, Ambessa or Singed. On the 9th of November is when Act 1, the first 3 episodes of Season 2, come out. The 2XKO team confirmed that on the 11th they will reveal a new design for Jinx. This is likely based on how she looks in Season 2. For example, we've seen that she lost a finger, and her design in the game will likely reflect this. On the 16th, we get 3 more episodes with the release of Act 2, and on the 20th, we get another leak patch, 14.23. The PBE preview for this patch should come out on the 5th of November. This patch should be the first of pre-season 2025, as we know that Riot plans to release pre-seasons mid-November each year. I will talk about the new season later in the video. I expect this patch to be even more rich in terms of Arcane content. We know Caitlyn is getting a prestige skin, and this patch seems the more likely for its release in my opinion. This will probably be a variant of her new Arcane skin, which will likely be based on one of these two outfits. And with this, we're probably getting even more Season 2 skins, maybe for Warwick, and one of these echo designs might also become a skin. Heimerdinger's Arcane design was merged with his default one in Wild Rift, so he's either not getting a new skin, or he's getting one with a design we haven't seen yet, or maybe it's just him with a cloak, who knows. Also, it's possible that these skins are coming out on the previous patch alongside Vi and Singed, so grain of salt here. If a design appears on a trailer for Season 2, then it's likely coming out in either of these patches. What I'm more confident about coming in 14.23 is set 13 for TFT. We know this set will be themed after Arcane and will include exclusive units, from which the only confirmed so far is Powder, ignoring characters that might become relevant in Season 2, like Caitlyn's partners, and young versions of characters like Powder. The only other characters I see becoming exclusive units are Savika and Scar. I expect all Arcane champions as well as Silco to be part of the new set, including Ambessa, who was confirmed to be making her debut in TFT. Also, it's likely that the Arcane champions will have their new skins. The only champions that might not join so soon are Jinx and Victor, but we'll get to those later. Oh, and Talker's Trials will also return. In terms of cosmetics, we got confirmation that a new cosmetic type is coming, as well as new Arcane themed arenas. I believe we'll also see a new chibi for an Arcane champion. There are still a lot of champions from Arcane who don't have chibis, so I have no idea who it could be, maybe Jace or Heimer, and a new skin for a chibi champion based on Season 2 would also make sense, for example for Vi. It's also possible that Powder and or Young Vi might be getting a chibi. They got one in the Chinese version of TFT, and with Powder becoming a unit in this new set, releasing these chibis would make a lot of sense. On the 23rd, we are finally getting the last 3 episodes with the release of Act 3, meaning everything released after this can contain spoilers. In November, sometime after Act 3, we'll be getting a new dev update for League, covering the plans for next year. Here, they will likely go over all the new Arcane content coming next patch and maybe next year. I think this dev update will likely come before or around the 26th, as there might be a PB update on that day, as I will mention in a bit. On the 28th, we should get a new Wild Rift patch, patch 5.3b. Here is when some Arcane skins likely come out. And since the Firelights event releases its last part so soon, there might be more narrative experiences coming as well. On the 4th of December, we should be getting a new LOR patch, about a month since the last one. This will be the last patch of the year, meaning it will bring a new champion. Some weeks ago, they confirmed that 4 new ones were coming to the game, and since then, Fiddle, Ambessa and Warwick have been revealed. I'm not sure who this could be, but I think it must be a champion from the show, so it's either Singed or a new exclusive champion. On the 10th of December, we should get the PB preview for League patch 15.1, which comes out next year as the first patch of the new season. But before that, patch 14.24 comes out on the 11th of December. The PBE preview for this patch will come out on the 19th of November, which is before the release of Act 3. However, this PBE patch will last 3 weeks instead of the usual 2, so I believe that after Act 3, PBE will get an additional update with content that would otherwise spoil the show. This update to PBE should come out either on the 26th of November or the 3rd of December, assuming it comes out on the Tuesday like most PBE patches, likely on the 26th, so that this new content can stay there for at least 2 weeks. This patch should be the second of pre-season and the last one before the new season. I believe 14.24 will bring Arcane Fractured Jinx. In the latest post about cosmetics, they mentioned that this skin will have multiple forms, each with a different voiceover inspired by her story in Season 2, and this makes me believe that this skin would spoil Act 3, hence why I think it's coming after it. The same post also mentions the release of the Sanctum in patch 14.24, so it makes sense for the Jinx skin to also be part of this patch, as well as the new Nexus finisher. On this patch, we should also see the new Arcane VGU. This was confirmed to be coming out after Season 2. I think everyone everyone at this point knows that this will be Victor, his absence from the trailers being a huge hint. And we know that Victor has to become the Machine Herald or something similar in the show at some point, it wouldn't feel right otherwise. And we've gotten a sneak peek of this design in the Arcane documentary already. It just makes sense for him to be the one getting the VGU. This update will bring new visuals, voiceover and gameplay changes. I believe the prototype skin will be based on his looks from the ending of Season 1 or start of Season 2. Victor is also getting a legendary skin this year, likely alongside his VGU. Like the Vi and Jinx ones, this should be based on Season 2 as well. As I said, both the Victor VGU and the Jinx skin should come out to PBE only after the ending of Season 2, likely on the 26th, though they might be revealed somewhere else before that, like on the trailer or dev update. TFT will likely add the new Victor and Fractured Jinx as units. We know that Powder will be present on the launch of the set, so maybe Jinx won't be, so that they can add her with a new skin later. I think this is the most likely case, but we do know that the skin has multiple forms, so maybe one of them doesn't spoil the show and they will add it before Act 3. Would be weird, but TFT did get the Caitlyn ASU before League, so it's not impossible. I should also mention that TFT doesn't usually add units outside of patches for new sets or mid-set updates, but I think making an exception for Arcane makes sense. Oh, and we are definitely getting a Chibi Victor, right? On the 12th of December, Wild Rift should be getting its last patch of the year, which is also the last patch of Ultimate Arc. This should come out 2 weeks after the last one. It has been confirmed that a new champion is coming within the last quarter of the year, and this is the most likely patch for them in my opinion. I believe Victor will be the new champion, as he's the only Arcane champion still not in the game. And this is another reason why he's likely the one getting the VGO in League. He's obviously coming to Wild Rift with his new look and gameplay. Also, the new Jinx skin might be coming to Wild Rift as well, and this would be the most likely patch for it. Before the year is over, we might get some news on the next project for film and television, as Christian Link mentioned some months ago. We also got some news about the live action project, so this might be officially teased this year. But Christian was likely talking about a new animation project, as he's the lead of the animation studio. In an interview, he did mention exploring something with a different tone. I'm confident one of the new projects will focus on Noxus, so it's likely that this will be the live action one and not the animation one, since the tone would be more serious, of course. Last time Season 2 of Arcane was confirmed the day after the premiere of Act 3, so this new animation project could be revealed shortly after the 27th of November. And now let's go even further and move to 2025. We know League is changing how seasons work. 2025 will be divided into 3 seasons, each focusing on a team and bringing a new champion and new gameplay changes. In an interview earlier this year, Christian said that with Arcane, they've explored 11 champions so far. Counting Ambessa, we only know 10 champions who appear in Arcane. Obviously, Christian could have just made a mistake, or maybe he was referring to a champion that might be debuting in Season 2, but he could also be referring to a character from Arcane that will become a new champion. And this character might have been leaked already. I won't show anything here, but I do believe the leaks are real, and that means that the first season of League in 2025 could bring an Arcane character to the Rift. And since characters will be tied to the themes of the seasons, this means that a new season could be themed around Arcane. As for gameplay changes, maybe the Rift will be more Hextech themed, like it happened in Wild Rift. If so, I really hope they bring T-Hex to PC. The first season being themed after Arcane might be why the next dev update only comes out after Season 2. Also remember that pre-season likely starts mid-November, so not too far from the finale of the show. Brightmoon did confirm Arcane themed gameplay in 2024, and he was likely referring to either the ARAM map or to pre-season. The new Arcane champion will likely make their debut on TFT's mid-set update, which comes out earlier next year, and maybe they will launch with another Arcane chibi as well. And finally, we also know that a new 2xKO Alpha Lab is coming in 2025. No confirmation yet, but I think this will obviously include Jinx as a playable champion, but maybe also some of the stuff found in the files of the first alpha. That build had concept art for Firelight Echo and Mafia Braum, as well as a Battle Pass banner with Jinx, Echo and Project Yasuo, not to mention a Freljord stage. And that's it. I think I covered everything we know so far, as well as my predictions. Stuff is being revealed as I write, record and edit this video, so by the time you watch it, some parts might be outdated. Regardless, I want to thank you for watching till the end, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and let me know down below what you are most excited about when it comes to all this new content. And with this being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.